Hello, and welcome to your GroupWise tutorial. In this video, you will learn how to create and send a distribution list using GroupWise. GroupWise is the mailing system used by Mount St. Vincent University. The purpose of a distribution list is to enable someone to send emails to multiple recipients at once. There are a few features that you will be using throughout this exercise. The first of these is the address book. This is where all the Mount St. Vincent University email addresses are held. The second is the new email feature. This will be used to test and send your distribution list after it has been created. By following the instructions given in this tutorial, you will be able to create and send a distribution list in GroupWise in 15 minutes or less. The first step will be to select the address book button, which can be found on the main toolbar at the top of your screen. When you have selected the address book button, the address book window will open up. In this window, you will see File on the menu bar. Please click that. After you have clicked File, a drop-down menu will appear. On that drop-down menu, you will see New Book at the top of the menu. Please select that. After you have selected New Book, a Create New Address Book dialog box will appear. For the purpose of this exercise, we will call our address book distribution list. When you have entered this name, please click OK. You can now look at the left of your address book window to see that your new address book has been created. Now select the address book that you have just created. When you have your new address book selected, click the New button at the top of the address book menu bar. When you click New, a new entry dialog box should appear with 4 options. Select a group out of these options. What the group option will do is create a folder where you will put the emails to be included in your distribution list. Now please click OK. After you have clicked OK, a window will open called New Group. What we want to do now is name the group. We will name it Distribution List, the same as our address book. This is to reduce the complication and confusion. Once you have named your new group, please click OK. Now that we have our group created, we want to populate it with email addresses. First, I want you to expand distribution list on the left side of the address book window. When you expand, you will see the new group that we created, distribution list, below it. Then, I want you to click on the Novell GroupWise address book at the top of the address book list. After you've selected this list, we will use it to drag and drop contacts into our distribution list. For this example, I will take 10 different Mount St. Vincent University emails to put into our group. You can take time to pause the video now to collect emails you would like to use for your distribution list and follow my example on how to bring them into the distribution list group that you have created. As you can see, what I am doing now is searching for the email addresses that I would like to include in my distribution list and then dragging and dropping them into the group. Now, once you have brought all your desired email addresses into the group, close the address book window. It is now time to test our new distribution list to be certain that it works. After closing the address book window, you should be looking at your GroupWise mailbox. We now want to create a new email, so click on New Mail on the main toolbar at the top of the screen. When you click this, a new email window will open. On the main toolbar of that new email window, click the Address button. This should open up the Address Selector window. In this window, you should see a field that says Look In. This has a drop-down button next to it. Select that drop-down button and select your distribution list address book that you created earlier. When you select that book, you should see the distribution list group appear in the address list pane. Select distribution list in that pane and click the To button, which is horizontal to the Look In field. You will now see that your distribution list has appeared below the To button. Now please click OK. You should now see distribution list in the To field of your email. Now you can enter the desired subject you wish, the message content you wish to have, and when you are content with that information, click Send on the main toolbar to test your new distribution list. One last thing I would like to mention about sending distribution lists is that some people like to send them as blind carbon copies, which means the recipient does not know who else received the email. This can be done in the following arrangement. Click New Mail as you had previously done, and when this window opens, select the Address button. This will open up the Address Selector window again, and then select Distribution List, and instead of clicking To as you had previously done, select BC. Then click OK. You will now see that distribution list is in the BC field rather than the To field. When you send this email, it would then send to the recipients of the distribution list as a blind carbon copy. The one issue with this is that GroupWise requires there be an email in the To field. So if you wish to send it as a blind carbon copy, you must also include an email in the To field. This is the reason why I used the To field rather than the blind carbon copy field. This is just one other alternative to use as opposed to the To field. Thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial on how to create distribution lists in GroupWise.